Good morning, students. In the last class, we have studied about properties of solid, properties of liquid, and properties of gases. So the chapter we are studying is matter in our surrounding. Under this chapter, we have learnt already properties of gas, properties of liquid, properties of solid. So already we have learnt in last video, which I have uploaded. This is the next part of the same lesson, and in this part we are going to study about effect of temperature on matter. What effects temperature does on the matter? Effects of temperature on solid. On solid, what effect the temperature provides? Similarly, the next one, the effect of temperature on liquid. When you increase the temperature on liquid, what happens to that liquid? That we will learn. Then we learn about latent heat. What do you mean by latent heat? And we are going to study about latent heat of fusion, latent heat of vaporization. We are going to study. So all this concept we are going to study. That is melting point, boiling and boiling point we are going to study. So when you put an energy, there are different form of energy. Electric energy is there, muscular energy is there, kinetic energy is there, potential energy is there. When you increase energy on anything, it will have some changes. The kinetic energy changes. Sometimes the energy turns to different form. You have already learned the law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of energy, all that. So law of conservation of energy tells that a form of energy gets converted into other form. Similarly, when you increase the temperature on solid, what happens? What happens if you increase the temperature? Take a solid. If we increase the temperature, if we heat that, if you provide the temperature, if you go on increasing the temperature from room temperature, what happens is, already I told you, in solids there is a small amount of negligible vibration will be there, negligible kinetic energy will be there. When you provide heat to the solid, what happens? The internal kinetic energy of the molecules present in the solid will start increasing. Slow by slow it increases. The molecules move apart. So if this is the solid, we are providing heat. So what happens is, this is the arrangement of the molecule in solid. This is the arrangement. So if you provide heat, slowly the molecules start moving. So the kinetic energy of the molecules in solid start increasing. When we provide heat, the kinetic energy increases. When kinetic energy increases, the molecules of the solid start moving away from each other. They start moving away from each other. That will happen. So why? Because the attractive force between the molecules. I told you there will be attractive force in the solid or any molecules present in liquid, solid or gas. Like if you take solid, the attractive force is too high in the solid. When you increase the temperature, the kinetic energy increases. In turn, why the kinetic energy increases? And in turn, the attractive force between the molecules also goes on decreasing. So it decreases. Attractive force decreases. When attractive force decreases, the molecules they start moving away, and the solid turns to liquid. That is one of the effect of temperature on solid. So if you increase heat, it will become a liquid. The molecules move away. This process This process is called as melting. So melting means what? It is a process of conversion of a solid into a liquid at a specific temperature. It's just a conversion. Conversion of solid to liquid is called as melting. It's just a process. But if you take melting point, there is a slight difference between melting and melting point. Every substance will change its state of matter by increasing the temperature. If you increase the temperature, it changes its state. The solid turns to liquid, liquid turns to vapor. This will happen. So, for every substance there is a melting point. What is that melting point? It is a specific temperature at which solid completely converts to liquid. It's a temperature at which a solid turns to liquid. So solid is that it turns to liquid. If you take ice freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. Ice also melts at the same degree Celsius. Means that 0 degrees Celsius will start melting, also convert to water. If you take anything, if you take iron, the iron is having a specific melting point. The melting point of iron is more than 2000 Kelvin. Like that, every metal or any substance will have some melting point. That melting point is nothing but it is a specific temperature at which a solid turns to a liquid. So this is how the solid turns to liquid. So this next part of the lesson, next week we are going to study about the latent heat. See, when you give a temperature or when you give heat to a certain materials, the temperature goes on increasing. After that, it converts to liquid. So after it reaches the melting point, it will start melting and it turns to liquid. At this point, what happens is the heat we provide. Still, we provide heat. After reaching the melting point, also we are providing heat to the solid. But it absorbing the heat. The material is absorbing the heat, but the temperature is not rising. Try to understand what I am telling here. After reaching the melting point also, the substance is absorbing the heat, but there is no change in the temperature. There is no change in the temperature. Why? Why this happens? Why there is no rise in temperature after reaching the melting point? The heat which is absorbed after the melting point is called as latent heat, a hidden heat. Hidden heat. After reaching the melting point, also the substance absorbs the heat, but temperature do not rises, but it remains constant because the heat provided will be absorbed by the material as a latent heat which is not used to raise the temperature, but it is used to break the attractive force. That heat which we are providing after the reaching melting point is used by that substance to break the attractive force between the molecules of the substance. molecules will be there. So they have some attractive force between them. That will be reduced. Whatever the heat is absorbed after reaching the melting point. That itself, that heat is called as latent heat, and latent heat of fusion it is called. Means latent heat of fusion means what? So it is latent heat of fusion means it is the amount of energy, amount of heat energy required to convert 1 kg of solid completely into liquid is called as latent heat of fusion. I am repeating once again. Latent heat of fusion means what? It is the amount of energy required to convert 1 kg of solid completely into liquid at a specific temperature. The pressure is kept constant. Then it is called as latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion. See, that's why if you take during this process, because of latent heat only, when a substance reaches its melting point, the severity of the pain when any substance, if you touch in that melting point, will be very severe. I will tell you during the I will make you understand the concept in boiling point, so that it will be clear. So this is known as the latent heat of fusion. So next part of the lesson, we are going to study about what are the effect of temperature on liquid. If you take, already you know what is liquid. In the liquid, if you take, the molecules are not compactly arranged, but they are little bit far away from each other. Little bit. If you take, compared to solid, little bit away. Similarly, when you provide heat to the liquid, the temperature rises. Temperature slowly rises. When the temperature rises, the internal kinetic energy of the molecules, between the molecules start increasing. Molecules start moving away from each other. They start moving from each other. The molecules move away from each other because the attractive force which is there between the molecules, it becomes less. Again, attractive force becomes less. So when attractive force becomes less, the molecules move away from each other, and the liquid is converted into vapors. We call it as vapors. We cannot call it as gas. We call it as vapors because the liquid converts to vapor at some boiling point. To take. So vapor, they convert into the vapors. So this is how the liquid turns to vapor, and this process is called as boiling. This process is called as boiling. Boiling means what? It is a process in which a liquid completely turns to vapors. That is called as boiling. It's called as boiling. So, boiling point. What do you mean by boiling point? You already studied this. No need of explanation, I think. What is boiling point? So, it is a temperature at which it is a temperature at which liquid completely converts to vapors. It's called as boiling point. Like this, if we take, so we have certain temperature at which a liquid turns to vapors. If we take water, the boiling point is common, you know it, 100 degrees Celsius. If you take ethanol, it is having certain temperature at which it turns to vapors. If you take ethanol, it will start evaporating at room temperature only. So, like that, they have certain temperature at which they start boiling. They start boiling and convert into vapors. So, example is water 100 degrees Celsius, the boiling point of water where it turns to vapors. So, during the liquid conversion into vapors, during the conversion of liquid into vapors, after reaching the melting point, when a liquid attains its boiling point, whatever the heat we provide, it will be absorbed by the liquid. It will be absorbed by the liquid, but there will be no increase in the temperature. The temperature of the substance will never increase, it will remain same. If the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, means it remains 100 degrees Celsius only, but the heat which we provide the heat, that heat will be hidden. It will absorb the heat, there is no increase in temperature. But the heat which we provide after reaching the boiling point, it is used to break the attractive force between the molecules of liquid. Between the molecules of liquid, there will be attractive force. That attractive force will be reduced by latent heat. Latent heat means what? I told you already, it is a hidden heat which is present after reaching the boiling point. So, what is that? Like latent heat of vaporization. There is one more concept similar to this latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of vaporization. What do you mean by latent heat of vaporization? So, latent heat of vaporization is nothing but the amount of heat energy required to convert 1 kg of liquid completely into vapor, that is called as latent heat of vaporization. So, at this point I will ask one question like, boiling water is dangerous or steam is dangerous? If we take boiling water, so steam is very dangerous. Steam burns severe than the boiling water. Why? Because steam, during the steam formation, the liquid has completely turned into a vapor. During that, it carries the latent heat also. Because of latent heat, the severity of the burning from the steam is very dangerous compared to the boiling water or hot water. Why? Because of that is the reason is latent heat. The hidden heat which is present during the conversion of matter, conversion of liquid to vapor is very dangerous. That's why we tell like the severe pain occurs during the steam. When we touch the steam, the severity will be more. I hope I am clarifying the concept. If you have any doubt, you can just put a message so that I can clarify still better. So I hope you are understanding. The steam will have more energy compared to the boiling water. That's why the severity of the pain of steam is dangerous compared to the boiling water. That one I wanted to tell you. So the temperature will be raising. We are providing heat. The temperature do not raise us, but what happens is the heat which is provided after the boiling point, reaching the boiling point, will be hidden. That hidden heat is very dangerous. That will be present when the water converts into steam or vapors. So that's why severity of the pain in the steam is more compared to the boiling water. So this is the effects of temperature on solid and liquid. Okay. So next part of the lesson, we are going to study about effects of gas, effect of pressure on gases, effect of pressure on gases, and effect of pressure on any boiling point or any melting point. If we take, what are the effects of pressure? If we apply the pressure, what happens to the boiling point? What happens to the melting point? All that concept we are going to study in the next concept of the lesson. Thank you very much. I hope you understood the concept. If you have any doubt regarding the concept, please put a message so that I can clarify the doubts. Thank you once again.